To throw is Rodgers. That's taken in by Franklin. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he will have the Steelers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. It was just 3rd down and short, but he'd been off a little extra.
I would say way more than he could chew, but he chewed up all that yardage in a big way. And that, to me, that was a combination of offensive line, stacked defense, and they handled it. Okay, they got the leverage, they got the blocking angles, and opened up a nice crease. And once you get past that first wave, there's room to run.
That's just a 3rd play from scrimmage. They wanted to avoid that 3 and out. They did. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting the tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Now a run. It's the rookie from Nebraska. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He'll try and do this himself. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a fourth down.
Boswell's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Mayfield down. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
26-yard line.
Mayfield looks to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down. The Bucs at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season, and they got off to the tough 0-2 start, but come off a very important first win of the season last time out.
And it's tough when you find yourself in an early season crossroads, but that's exactly where they were. At 0-2, they were thinking, if we fall to 0-3, things can spin out of control. But now at 1-2, they shouldn't feel the need to press out there. They're now back in a good spot, find a way to win some games, and keep moving forward.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Irving. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Bucky Irving, his first touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards the pickup there.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Now Rodgers. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And not wanting to take a shot out of the pocket, he tucks it and goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
On second and a long way to go. Rodgers. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. Against the pass, they're hoping to trend to the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
When they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 10. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Mayfield. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That's a gain of 3.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
3rd and 1.
They'll try and run here with Irving. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Hey, alert, 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 alert! 180!
Mayfield. He completes this to Sutton. They'll go for a gain of 7. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Throwing. Mayfield. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a box first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Irvin. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Mayfield. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt.
He was defended by Jalen Ramsey.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On play action, Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On play action, now Rodgers. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. The safety Antoine Winfield got in there that time. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now it's Rodgers. Incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
58! Go to 50! Hey, you block over here.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rodgers throwing quickly out wide. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Rodgers. That's caught right side. It's Warren. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. DK Metcalf with career touchdown number 60. And the Steelers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 10-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Play fake. Mayfield. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Regular. Point it right.
Mayfield to throw it. Throwing right, and that's complete. The 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And his kick is indeed good. And that will knot us up at 10. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrased that. Brought a little soccer into it. And that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
They work now on 2nd and 9. To throw, Mayfield. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Bucky Irving with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Buccaneers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, Charles, you and I said in intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
And he comes back with one complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
26. 18. Slip again.
Here's Rodgers to throw. He'll get that complete to Franklin. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Hey, 26.
Steelers first down.
A handoff for Warren. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Take 30.
He'll bring a receiver in motion left. Here's Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
On the give, it's Warren. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway.
To the right side and intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Oh, this is a great play right here by a very versatile linebacker. It's a zone defense, so he's responsible for one area of the field. And Brandon, I don't think the quarterback ever saw him. Or if he did, he saw him too late because he snuck into a great position there to pick that one off.
So he stopped for no gain. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Regular. Run. Point it right. Hey, alert.
Baker going to give it to Irving. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Take it at the 37. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 4.
At the Buccaneers, 47-yard.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Got his man, it's Warren. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Warren. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Back now in Tampa. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That's taken in by Franklin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
A gain of 22 yards. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
Get 300. Get 300.
Rodgers going to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
2nd down and 4. That's caught. Emeka. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Complete to Emeka. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Mayfield down. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And again, it's Mayfield. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15.
Regular. 180. What's that?
Mayfield looks to throw. He's got room at the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Hey, we're 33. King. Point it right. Up. What's that?
Mayfield will try to pick it up himself. And out of bounds right around the 20. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Mayfield keeps it himself. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. A run up the middle with Irving. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
This is caught. And the Bucs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
That's good for a 1st down.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Now 1st and goal. Here's Mayfield. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Cade Otton from a yard out. And the Buccaneers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Buccaneers 24, Steelers 17.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, 26.
To throw is Rodgers. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Back to throw, Rodgers. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the 1st down. That's what's vital to them.
50. Get 300. Get 300.
Now Rodgers. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first.
They got the completion. Now, they probably had 2 plays called in the huddle, so they've got to get to the line of scrimmage, get set, and run their 4th down play.
Where will the pressure come from? 4th and 6 now.
18.
Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. Pass to the sideline and put it in. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
158.
Rodgers to throw. And he can't give a throw away. He's taken down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Here comes second down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. They're making steady progress. When I see your face, you're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
319.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Final minute. No timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
630.
Back to throw. A man, and he hits him in stride. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
1st and goal.
He's back to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Well, they came so close, Charles. They were knocking on the door in a 1-possession game, but ultimately the defense held tough to get the victory.
And doesn't it feel like it just leaves them asking what could have been? So many moments when they could have had a big play to change the outcome of this game. And let's face it, none bigger than that final snap that just fell short.
So for Tampa Bay, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.